Hey, can all of y'all hear me now? Okay. Um,
Yeah.
all right, Tanya, you and Angela have your microphones off. I just want to make sure that we can pick everybody up. I'm thinking some other folks might jump in. We have two non-video participants. Who are they?
Paul Gainey.
I don't know how in the world I could have ended up as non-video participant, but apparently I
know.
hang on just a minute. Okay.
And Janetta.
Janetta McCullen.
I'm
Okay.
here.
There she is.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So we know where everybody is. Okay. Kind of a strange turn of events we've had the past couple of weeks. Hopefully more folks will get on here in a little bit. Some folks were kind of tied up with some of the things they were doing. Hey, Brittany, how are you? Brittany, can you hear me?
Yes, I can now.
Okay, good, good. This is the first time I've met anybody in the middle of the day since I worked at UMO, so this is kind of a scary thing. Usually it's at night and everybody looks like they've been beaten with a stick by the time school's out. So, you know, that being said, we're going to kind of hold everything together. I thought maybe because of the fact we didn't get to hold our session this past weekend, that it might be good for us to take a few minutes, maybe get ourselves together and just chat a little bit about what's going on. How are you doing, LaRonda? How are you?
I'm good. And you?
Okay, I'm doing fine. So I'm thinking that probably what will happen is I'm thinking maybe more folks will jump on as we go. But you know, for those of you all who are in the process of doing licensure right now, you probably have a lot of questions, and we're hoping we can solve some of these problems, or at least maybe give you a little bit of comfort on some of them. And Dr. Maxwell is sitting in today because she wanted to sit in today, but also she may be able to shed some light on some things going on with ETS right now. So that being said, hopefully we can kind of get everybody on the same page.
Dr. Gainey, do you mind if I go ahead and give kind of an update?
Sure, go ahead.
And then I will bow out because I've had so many Zoom meetings. It's been real, but hold on just a minute. My dog is deciding he wants to bark. Hold on just a moment.
Well, for those of y'all who don't know, we've been having school at my house every day.
Yeah.
my 7-year-old. Matter of fact, we just kind of have wrapped up for the day, so I could wrap up with them and come right to you all. So we've had school. We just haven't had school like we would have liked to have had school, though.
Yeah.
Dr. Maxwell, would you like to go ahead and?
Yes.
Sure.
Let me find out just with who we've got online right now, who is actually in the PPAT process right now. I know Angela is, and I believe LaRonda, you are.
Yes.
Who else?
Brittany, aren't you?
I'm
Brittany.
Brittany.
Okay.
Me?
Tanya, you are. Janetta, how about
Yeah.
you?
I'm in the beginning stage.
Okay, so but you're not enrolled right now
For the
for
fall.
spring 2020. Okay, so let me kind of just give you an overview, and many of you probably received the latest update from ETS, which was sent out, I believe it was sent out maybe on Monday. I tell you, I can't keep up with the days, but there was an additional extension that was offered for Task 4. It was changed to May 8th. And then soon after we got that update, Governor Cooper came on, I think around lunchtime, and said, okay, schools are closed to the 15th. Well, you know, ETS had issued their extension at that time. I immediately emailed them because remember, this isn't this PPAT doesn't just affect North Carolina, it's nation and even you know, worldwide. It's a worldwide assessment. So I immediately emailed them. You may have read in the update that they provided that they said that students who are unable to complete and submit task 4 with the new deadlines, a fall submission period will be established to accommodate the completion of the assessment. Well, what some of my student teachers are worried about is, how does this affect my future employment? You know, my opportunity to be employed, thankfully. So I have sent various emails to ETS. I want to tell you also that I have been in constant communication with Dr. Tom West, who's the executive director, I don't know if that's the exact title, of NCICU, which is the North Carolina Independent Universities and Colleges. And they will be a good ally for us. They've given us a survey. They've issued a survey to all deans, kind of asking about how does this impact your program? How does this impact student teaching requirements? How does it impact assessment requirements? And so I've shared with them my concerns, as well as the other deans across the state. We have a virtual meeting scheduled for Friday, so I feel like I will know more then. But one thing that I've asked them to consider is a complete waiver of task 4. Now, whether they will, I don't know. I just don't know. I know in the past, Dr. Gainey and I talked, there's been situations where assessments did have portions wavered due to unforeseen circumstances. And it just seems to me that this would be a very, what's the word I'm looking for?
An act of God.
Relevant or alternative, where they would just configure your scores based on task 1 through 3. Now, whether they will consider that, I can't tell you, but I have proposed that to ETS as well as CICU. So I'm hoping that I will know more after our virtual meeting on Friday, and I'll be able to report back to you. You know, ETS has made it clear in their communication with me, and probably you received the same email, that they're monitoring the situation, and they realize that this whole thing just continues to evolve, and they're going to have to make adjustments as things change in our world. So I don't want you to panic about task 4, because just keep in mind that everybody is in the same boat you are with task 4. So it doesn't just affect our residency candidates, it affects our student interns and others. So we are advocating on your behalf. I know ETS is tired of hearing from me. I've emailed them multiple times, and they have been responsive. But you know, once we meet with all deans on Friday, I think that NCICU will also begin advocating for us. So that's a plus too. Before I bow out, is there anything that I can answer for you in regards to sport? Some of the student interns, they were so anxious, saying things like, can I do a Zoom lesson with my class and videotape it and submit that? And you know, my advice to them, you know, it's ultimately their decision, but if it were me, I would wait to the submission, and with hopes that perhaps task 4 will be waived. I wouldn't make any need to try to do something virtually or anything like that that might, you know, because remember, task 4 counts twice. It's double the points of anything else. So I wouldn't make any quick decisions to try to do something like that when there's just still so much we don't know. But any questions that I can answer from this group? All right. Well, listen, it's so good to see your faces, and I hope that you will stay safe and healthy during this journey that we're on together. And like Dr. Gaby's told you many times, we're here for you, and we'll see you through it, whether it's in the fall or whether it's waived or what happens. But if you guys come up with any questions,
I
thank
do have a
you.
question.
Yes, Brittany.
It's kind of hard to hear you. I have some background noise from somebody.
Yeah, I was hearing that too. Let's see if somebody's unmuted. Let's see.
Okay,
You
it might
guys-
be me.
Okay.
It might be me because of one reason. My daughter's in the other
Better
room.
now.
Is that better? Okay. Did you hear what I said, Brittany? Did you hear most of what I said?
Yes, I
Okay.
heard you. What month would the fall submission fall between? Do you know?
Their comment, I printed out the email they sent. You guys probably got it. It just said that a fall submission window would be established. So they haven't even got that far yet.
Okay.
Yeah. Hello? Any other questions?
I have a question.
Okay, LaRonda.
They decide to move it to the fall, like the two focus students